We're back. Welcome everybody to another look at the brand new HOI4 DLC, Thunder at Arcades. Yeah, not really though, because that's not at all what we're doing today. I mean, it's not entirely untrue. We are going to be doing some new content today, specifically added in that DLC. But I'm here for a good old achievement run, to which the British have a new one. That achievement being a bridge too far, as the UK liberate Brabant and have Bernard Montgomery liberate Friesland while maintaining a force in Arnhem. Yeah, I'm not sure if any of you are big movie buffs or anything, but I'm pretty sure this is a reference to Saving Private Ryan. And now we got the common engagement bait laid out. We'll move on to the other two achievements that we could potentially get. That being capture a field marshal and then capture Erwin Rommel. Now these two are going to be very RNG dependent. If I do see Rommel hanging around in my HUD, I'm going to say that he is one of my ops and I will be gunning for him. But that's really not the big one today. If we do end up getting it though, that'd be pretty cool. I'm not going to aim for it though. We are mostly going to try and unscramble this word jamble here and try and figure out what the hell it wants. This is definitely very weird, but okay. Liberate Brabant. That's right here. Already got that selected. Have Bernard Montgomery liberate Friesland while also maintaining a force in Arnhem. What does any of that mean? Obviously, this is Operation Market Garden, specifically a movie reference to, again, I think, Bridge Over the River Kwai. I mean, I should probably look all this up just to be sure what the hell it wants, but we need to deploy Bernard Montgomery, and he needs to liberate Friesland, so we need to have him over here whilst maintaining a force in Arnhem. So I guess if we wanted to do this historically accurate, we need to paradrop it in beforehand and do a market garden, right? And then do a naval invasion up here, liberate Friesland whilst we've already liberated Brabant. It's complicated, all right? If this achievement doesn't pop, I mean, I don't know what to tell you because I don't know what the game's trying to tell me. Okay, so we are going to play very aggressive today. I'm going to go all in on Mills right away. We're going to get the Air Force popping and, of course, get our paratroopers because we're going to need to do a bit of Operation Market Garden. Just like in the movie Fury, which this... Okay, I'm going to stop. Now, technically, we do have a bit of new content with the British as well. We do have the new shared tree over here, and there are technically a couple more focuses that did get added. We're not going to do the decolonization one, but we could potentially do a bit of the Malayan stuff over here. I'll have a look at that when we get to it and show it off. Okay, so I did a quick little Google. HOI4 wiki is really good for achievements. I try not to look at it, but because this is such a bit of a word jumble on what it wants you to do, I just wanted to check if you needed Montgomery to actually be in an army HQ, and you don't, which means this should be a little less of a headache. I'm still going to do it the same, where I think I'm going to paradrop into this province whilst having already pushed up into Brabant and get that liberated, and then we just keep going to Friesland and we should have the achievement, I think. I don't know, this could get real messy though, I'll be real with you. This could get real messy. Of course, we're also looking for that elusive desert fox, Mr. Rommel. If we spot him, he's going to be mine. Regardless, for us to get this achievement, we are going to have to obviously deal with the fall of France. We can't just camp here and, you know, lose land. I mean, technically we could just let the Netherlands fall and then go in after. That could technically work, but that doesn't sound very fun. Plus, I've already researched the paratroopers now, so I'm committed. Pretty funny, we were actually joking about like the Saving Private Ryan movie titles and stuff, but yeah, right there, look, they did actually add a Saving Private Ryan one as well, so we get two movie references right there. So my strat for playing the UK is usually the same. I don't actually normally just spam Mills. This is pretty good if you want to just destroy Germany immediately, but not really what we're going to need today, but also at the same time kind of what we need today. Usually I'll just build a whole bunch of civs, and then when the Spanish war kicks off, I'll send an attaché to Spain, and that means you can go up to partial mode, just like that. Wowee. Other than that, it's nothing I've never shown off before. If you've watched any of my UK gameplay before, same old strats. I take all the submarines you start with, go plant them off the coast of Somalia, raid all East Africa over there for the Italians. Then you just split your fleet in half, put half of it over here in the Med just to deal with the Italians, like I said, and then the other half in the English Channel, and that's about it. I think today though we are going to have to rush a lot of plane stuff because we're going to need some good planes if I'm going to do this paratrooper strat. Oh, I've seen this before. This come with the Japan DLC. I've just never had it, but China demands that we get rid of the 9-power treaty, and we don't actually get anything for this, I believe. I mean, I can't see any spirits or anything, but the Chinese do. So consumer goods factor 4% resources to market and justify war gold time. So I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't want to help China. I'll be real. Kind of want them to, stay alive against the Japanese. And that got rid of their little modifier there. And does that make them like me more? Not at all, because we own Hong Kong. Yeah, it's good to get an attaché over to China as well eventually, because the Spanish Civil War will wrap up, and I would like to keep getting some free XP. So here's the first of one of the new focuses the British have. We can either get ourselves a couple units in Singapore, which I don't think I need, or we can unify the territorial army of Malaysia, and that gets rid of their pretty terrible debuff, I'm going to be real. So I'm going to do that in hopes that they make use of it rather than me getting two crappy units. So we're not just going to jump right into the Benelux after the fall of France. What I'm going to do is a normal game up until we kick the Italians out of Africa. When we do that, I'm going to come back over and try and do it then. Hopefully the Germans are probably preoccupied either by the Eastern Front or something else, because I think we are going to need a pretty hefty distraction just to make sure that I pull everything off at the right time. Like I said, we need to liberate the state, have a force here, and then liberate the rest of Friesland. Sounds good, right? But, these achievements, they never go that easy. We do have our two fleets as well. I've got a whole bunch of destroyers I've been building. They're going to go down to the Mediterranean, hold over there. We should have enough supremacy with just this to keep England safe. And I have also been building just a ton of naval bombers, just to deal with submarines and stuff like that from the Germans. Which reminds me, need to go ahead and build a bit of radar before I forget. Yep, time to kick into gear. So what I'm going to do is just make sure I steal all my puppets troops here, because guess what, boys? You're going to hold all the parts of my empire I can't be bothered holding, which is mostly going to end up you guys just standing over here in Eastern Africa doing nothing. I always forget they just randomly put like Jack Churchill in as a general and inspirational bagpiper just to get wounded in combat 65%. We'll see what you do down in East Africa. I think everything's in place already. My generals are just falling ill. You've turned up on the front line and suddenly, you're feeling a bit chilly. We also just got fighter freeze as well. So the air war should be definitely on our side when we go to obviously launch for those paratroopers. At least I hope so. If they, if they don't, it's gonna be a bit awkward. Before I go ahead and move to the Spitfire, I'm just gonna make sure I've converted all my Hurricanes. There you go. I have, and I mean, we got like a nice amount of fighters already. They're actually pretty damn good, especially for this part of the game. Like I said, if you were to just go ahead and fight Germany now, you can easily hold France, especially with the air power and just having a huge army just from building all the mills early. But we're not going to do that, because obviously we need to see France fail. And obviously seeing France fail does bring just a nice bit of glimmer into my life. But we also need to bring them back at some point, which is sad, but endearing to know that we can see them fall once again another time. The only thing we're really screwed for is oil. One thing I'm trying out this game is if you actually take Kuwait, I believe you can develop quite a bit of oil there late game. It says 18, but I could have sworn that this could be improved again later. Maybe I'm wrong and I'm just thinking of like playing Iraq, but either way, 18 oil could be there once we get extraction 5. Until then though, guess what? We're just going to be trading with the US. As long as my radar and naval bombers combined destroy the German submarines, they shouldn't get intercepted. Shouldn't get intercepted, alright? Sometimes I do overlook a few things and then I notice that I have 0 convoys. Yeah, right now you can see we're only getting a daily gain of 3.5k and our consumption is 6.9k, so we need a little bit more oil. Not going to go too crazy just yet. I just want to make sure that we still have a lot of factories to build with. So just staying a little bit above is good enough for now. We're obviously going to get some better ways to get oil eventually, and I'm already getting the new fuel refining tech, so obviously having built no civs, we do not have a lot to trade with. That's looking pretty bleak already. In fact, once I'm done upgrading Guyana, because you do get yourself a whole bunch of aluminiums over there, I'm going to go ahead and switch to building civs, which is definitely an interesting way to play HOI4. Oh boy, here we go. Let's do nothing. Because until the Italians get into this conflict, we do not have anything to do. Because obviously, we need France to fall. And we need the Italians to be off our back so we can focus on the Germans later. There are some actual pretty decent things you do get from these new focuses. You get a bunch of dockyards on that one. And then you also get yourself jungle pioneers. I mean, for fighting in Asia. It's pretty good. Fall of France has happened, which means it is game time. First thing, as we've already discussed, we're going to deal the Italians. Sadly, they cannot be trusted. Already, our crappy little naval bombers are just taking care of all the annoying submarines in the Med, and I think my actual fleet is engaging the German one there and has obviously won. We're re-engaging for another one, and there is the German fleet dealt with. Love bringing my army over to the Middle East right now just to shore up when Iraq flips, and I'm just noticing an Italian convoy right next to me. Smile and wave, boys, smile and wave. Yeah, I was wondering why I wasn't intercepting like any of the stuff here. I only just realized as I moved it that yeah, my planes weren't even over southern England. Sorry, people of England, currently trying to survive the Blitz. Churchill was a little bit drunk this day. Sent the planes to the complete opposite direction. Oh, the North African front is looking pretty good right now. Got a whole bunch of Italians already encircled. Not sure how they're looking in East Africa right now. You can see some of the backup they've sent that have not made it through my submarines too well. I really want to like deploy a few generals, but I was just really worried if at first that if I would have to actually deploy Montgomery, like I said, that I would have got him captured and that the achievement would be moot. Well, unless I raided him back. It depends where he'd end up in prison though. They're also capturing little bits of the Italian fleet that is coming over to try and project over here. Not going well for them, which is good for me. How are we looking down here? Yep, they are starting to pull out, so we can probably push in a minute down there. Just need to get a bit of supply in North Africa for it to keep pushing though at the moment because it's a little bleak. Oh yeah, also I should probably design some actual paratroopers at some point, right? I think we're going to need some actual pretty good like beefy boys to hold out while we do the push. You can also no longer actually put support arty in your paratroopers. They can't be dropped with that, which I guess does actually make sense that you can't just drop a big artillery piece with your paratroopers. You can still use your infantry guns on them, but yeah, not a quarter pounder. Oh, nice. She's got a big encirclement there and captured a Italian general. Alessandro, where have you gone? Oh, we're just straight up taking you right back to Tobruk, huh? Okay, that's not where I would have put you. I would have put you right up here in Slough. Nice relaxing break in Scunthorpe. Be sure with that, that's going to be the Italians knocked out of North Africa. I reckon we could just push now with the puppet troops over in Ethiopia as well. Yeah, look at that. They're pretty much like out of convoys. That's why they're all stood around trying to desperately get out. Damn, they actually put the whole fleet over here. I just sunk another whole part of it there. They've, they're... They ain't looking too good. Sadly, the old Desert Fox hasn't turned up. There is a single German tank here to stop me, and I don't reckon it's stopping me. Iraq also just broke our treaty, so I'm gonna invade them and get myself a nice bit of George H.W. Bush oil. Damn, Vichy actually just joined the Axis. Holy crap, we're gonna be fighting Vichy immediately. I'm not sure why that... Wait, oh, it was Siam. I think Siam invaded them. It's really weird and odd, but I'm also... Oh, that's going to be annoying. that's a bit of a spatter in the rocks right there. The North Africa campaign will be going on a little bit longer than usual. I'm saying, Amos, this would have been a perfect time for me to find Rommel over here, but... nowhere to be seen. It's definitely a bit of a crazy distraction. Germans are going in on the Soviets, so we do need to make sure that we get this dealt with sooner rather than later. The Japanese are also fighting us as well. I'm not going to do anything over there though. I'm just going to ignore that. Absolutely huge encirclement there, but not a single sight of that elusive Desert Fox. I checked these guys like on auto, trying to kick them out of West Africa, and look at that encirclement. I just can't. I'm just that good. I get encirclements when I'm even not playing the game. Love to say that this was the end of our campaign over here, but it's not, because now I need to go deal with Iran. Thank you, Soviets, for invading them. And we can also do that new part of the focus tree. Now we are fighting Japan, where we will establish Abdicom. I haven't actually looked properly what this actually gives you. Looks like a whole bunch of stuff, obviously, to fight the Japanese. Depending on membership of Abdicom, Australia and the Dutch East Indies may receive 2 dockyards in their core territory. I mean, sure, why not? I mean, that one just gives 6 Clemson-class destroyers to Dutch East Indies and Australia. This one, you can go ahead and invite Siam? Interesting, even though I think it might be a little bit too late to invite Siam. We're already at war with them. Shout out to British Iraq. You have unexpectedly grown a lot larger this game. Let's get Montgomery back to the UK finally. We are gonna actually get this achievement and pop it finally. The hell of it as well. I just sent all my puppet troops over to go deal with Siam. Hopefully they can deal with that. I think they should be able to actually, because I'm just seeing green arrows everywhere. Big surprise no one. Jack Churchill has been wounded. I think I'm actually just gonna deploy you as well. Let's see where you end up. Probably in a prisoner of war camp somewhere, knowing your reckless aptitude. I consider this scummy. But what I'm going to do is actually make a backup of this save. It is Iron Man. I am cheating technically, but I don't care. Because if I mess this up in any way, I'm not playing another entire British game to do this again. I'm trying to wrap my head around how we're going to do this. So we need a unit in Arnhem, and then we need to have liberated Brabant already, and then we need to do Friesland. So just invade the Benelux, is what I'm getting at. I'm still going to do the paratroopers though. We're going to try and hold that whilst the naval invasion will come in secondly over here. Then we'll push through the rest of it. Should work, hopefully. Oh, Germany just case Antoned, I believe. So I now have a peace conference with Norway and Syria and Lebanon. Sure, not going to question it. Just going to take some land. Here's the setup. Just because I can't remember if, when I read on the wiki, if he needs to actually just be on a field marshal or a general, we're going to launch Montgomery in to Arnhem. Hopefully he'll hold. Then we'll do the naval invasion and then keep pushing. That should trigger it if we get all of the Netherlands back. Should trigger it, by the way. Not sure if it will trigger it. Operation Market Garden historically didn't go to plan. But this time, it will. Because I have an endless amount of save and retries that I've got in a separate folder now. That means it will work eventually. Dropping the boys in. And then, boom. We're going. We're going. Go, boys. Go! Okay, they are holding right now. I need to liberate all of Brabant. And then we need to keep pushing. Okay, technically not encircled anymore there, so we can hold them off. We really need to make sure we get all of Brabant though, just to make sure before we start pushing. They're bringing everything over. I just gotta take this one last state. Boom, there you go. Brabant is secured. Now, if I push into Friesland, that should trigger it, right? My God, look at everything that AI just sent over. On top of that, I think the entire Air Force is giving me yellow air as well, so my caster's doing nothing. She just pushed me out of Arnhem as well. I didn't even realize. Okay. We might have to try this again. We are back in Arnhem now. I need to make sure I do not lose that again, and then we just keep pushing over here. But there are so many troops right now. Just absolutely crammed on this front line. I think this is it, though. That's gonna be everything ticked off. If it doesn't pop, I'm gonna be so annoyed. A bridge too far. Okay, there you go. I was about to be, I was so ready right there just to be really annoyed. Our operation did succeed. Market Garden was definitely a success, despite the fact we did get pushed out of Arnhem. But it doesn't matter because look at these encirclements I'm about to get. Now, question is, has anyone seen Mr. Rommel? Is he still on that eastern front? He could be. He could already be caught as well. If he's captured already somewhere, that's just a rip. We're not getting the achievement. Keep my eyes as peeled as they can be here, because as soon as I see him, tell me if you see him right now, dear viewer. Do you see Rommel? I don't see him. If I do see him, though, I'm launching everything. I'm throwing the entire country at him to get captured. Yeah, absolutely huge encirclement there. All getting overrun. It's weirdly kind of annoying. I'm not seeing a single like German general actually deployed every time I see one turn up. It's usually just a bunch of Hungarians or a bunch of Italians, but no German generals. Oh, actually, what is going on the old Pacific War there? Japan's actually still kind of holding out. The US are making some moves, and I just noticed supply is really bad over here, but that's not my problem. Just for the hell of it, just saw a German general there. I'm going to go ahead and launch my paratroopers on it and see if we can capture him like a Pokemon. He just run away? Hold on, I think he just ran away. We've got to spot him again. Where'd he go? Damn, how'd you get down there so fast? Oh, look at him go. He's fast. How do I get the plan set up? Wait a second. I see him. There he is. Rommel. Every time I'm about to get like the plan off, what I was about to say, but I was rudely interrupted by a spotting of the elusive Rommel. The generals keep moving. I'm just gonna see if I can get a couple paratroopers behind the line though here real quick. and get a little sneaky attack on Rommel. He's withdrawing. Well, he can just do that. He can just disappear. God, that little roach. He's just disappeared. He can just go up in a puff of smoke like that. Man, that's good. I didn't know that AI would like micro their generals that much that they move them around that quickly. But yeah, he's redeployed somewhere else now. I don't know where. And there's 100% gonna be a meta way of doing this so that you can snipe Rommel like early. Maybe if you did like the German Civil War. I just noticed the Soviets are actually they're almost here. Spent too much time just waiting around trying to find Rommel that they've already made it back. That's not a Rommel, but we did just get Haley Tekle Haymot. Not quite who I was after. I think for like every gamey way you could really guarantee capturing Rommel other than just getting lucky. And maybe if you left the Germans alive in a state after a peace conference and you wait until they redeploy him and hopefully get him that way. But I think that's a bit of a pipe dream at this point. I get the feeling, realistically, I'm just going to do one of these achievement runs one day and the opportunity is just going to be there. And that damn elusive fox himself is going to be... I'm gonna bring his neck out. Oh, there goes the Germans. Still gonna go deal with the Japanese, so I am actually gonna keep playing here. Don't really care too much about what we're taking over here, though. But you know what? I do care. I'm gonna take all that from France. Ah, yes. Just as Churchill planned it out. Guess we're still finding Hungary, though, so I'm gonna go deal with that. Do these guys still get Rommel as a general? I think they do, right? So... maybe I can find it. No, I can't be bothered. We're not doing that. Deals with the Hungarian problem. Now, to finally go deal with the Japanese problem. Oh, just in case you were wondering about that question earlier about constantly expanding the Kuwaiti oil, you can. This thing is, I think, the second or third one I've expanded. I think the second time I'm expanding it, and it keeps going. Look at that, I'm 50 oil already. I guess, yeah, if you put down, you know, your infrastructure and electrical grid, extra 25 right there. Nice. General's literally retreating. The AK being disbanded as I'm attacking it. Gotta fix that. Paradox, you gotta fix that. You shouldn't be able to just disband your generals on the front line while they're being attacked. I literally would have captured like 3 generals right there, and they were under attack, so I think that is dumb. Is he disbanding whilst encircled? Can he do that? Can he do that? Like, he can't do that, right? He can't do that. Okay, perfect. I was about to scream. No field marshals actually been captured, but it would be a little bit weird for them to use a field marshal like that. But I'm assuming there's probably some cases that AI does put a field marshal on a general. I don't know. That might be a hard achievement to get. Looks like the Americans, though, have landed and they are dealing with Japan. I'm assuming they're not doing their surrender option down here, or if they are just in the process of doing it now. There you go. But France, I feel a little bit bad, you know, that I stole half your country, so you can have half of China in response. And there goes Japan. Didn't actually give anything to France there because I don't care. Did take Siam, though, which is pretty cool. Also, Jack Churchill and the merry boys of the Commonwealth troops. Look how much is left of them. I'm pretty sure these were all filled out at one point, but not anymore. Well, I think that's going to be it then. Rommel managed to elude us, but we did go ahead and get well, we got 1 achievement. Realistically, we could have potentially gotten 3 here. But this one, I get the feeling is going to be really annoying as well. Saving Private Bryansk, I don't know. It's a pretty big state, and I guess you could game this one super easy by just keeping the Soviets alive in this state and waiting for them to, you know, pop a general out, and then you go back in. Same thing you could do technically now to get Rommel back. You wait until they actually put something down here, but I'm not going to wait around for that. I've got things to do, people to see. More HOI4 to record. But I'm happy we got that main one. I like when they add, go back and add achievements to a lot of the old, you know, majors that just haven't obviously got any new achievements in a long time. It's really fun to have a good reason to go back and play them, which is why I'm super excited the US is the next DLC nation. I can't wait to go back and grind those out because I imagine they're going to be pretty fun. I think all the major nations achievements are pretty good to do, and way better than things like the Ethiopian achievements, which, by the way, during the heatwave recently in the European weather, I actually went and did a couple of Ethiopian achievements in my free time. That's how delusional emotional I got, and probably almost close to heat stroke I was suffering, that I willingly went and got them. Think though we're going to do a big cleanup episode. There's a lot of mini achievements around that I could do in one big episode again pretty soon here. So if you want to go ahead and watch that, leave a like, subscribe down below. Really helps the channel if you do leave a like, comment, anything like that. It makes people watch video more because YouTube sucks. But yeah, if you've made it all the way through, it would be really nice if you just hit the like button or leave a comment saying, damn, Unk fell off, couldn't even catch Rommel. And honestly, yeah, you're right. Unk really did fall off today. But I guess next time we will catch him. But until next time, he's out there somewhere and it makes me worried.